and a happy new year to you all. I'm here, first new video of the year. This is one of my Christmas presents, my snowball. It says blue on it, but it's black. That kind of bugs it, but I like it. My brother has one of these, but his actually is blue. Anyway, I decided to go ahead and use my new mic because every time I log into YouTube, I look at my recommendations and they're clouded with videos of people talking about Superman and how he's being treated in the CW-verse. And I'll watch them. I'm like, okay, I see what you're saying. And they talk about the recent crossover, Elseworlds. That was a few weeks ago. We're talking about Superman now. Like, I get that. So I figure it's my turn to talk about it. A big Superman fan. Okay. I have like 3 of these shirts. It was 4, but I had to throw one away. Not important. Not important. That was my phone. I have these 2. You probably can't see this one. You can see this one. Okay. And you see them in every one of my videos almost. I love Superman. It's no secret. Now, I think I have a good idea of what they're trying to do with Superman. Because I've never really been upset like I've seen a lot of other people. Starting from season 1 of Supergirl, the way they use him. I know people who stopped watching the show, and not for the reasons you're thinking of, but because the way they treated Superman, they kept saying he, him, or Kara, you don't need him. So I don't need him. Or when he did show up, it was just you saw the back of him, like this side of him, or he'd be so high up in the sky, he's a black dot, or he's so quick, it's blinking you miss. I knew what they were doing, so I wasn't mad about it. I knew at some point he'd show up. It's called build-up, okay? And he did because he has to, because he's a big part of her story. I know season 1 was all about feminism, like they preached it. They've since doubt that way back. And I'm fine with the feminism message. I'm all for strong women. I love strong women, okay? That's part of the reason I watch this show. Alright, but since they finally introduced him, which, as you know, if you've been following me, I've been waiting for years, since Arrow, the end of season 1 of Arrow, when I started watching all these shows, I've been waiting for Superman. And when he finally shows up, it's amazing to me. I mean, he ripped the shirt. I hadn't seen that in years. Had an awesome thing, not the Superman thing, but an awesome thing. Him running in Metropolis, which looks clean, like it's supposed to. And I loved it, but very quickly, I noticed something that everybody else is noticing. After that appearance, every time he showed up, he put Supergirl over. Some of those times I get, most of the times I'm scratching my head. This is one thing I didn't talk about in my Elseworlds review. But yeah, I had a slight problem with that too. Now, let's go back to season 1 of Supergirl real quick. In season 1, he texts Supergirl because he beat some big villain that Superman never could, and he texted her, "Oh, congratulations, I could never beat him." I didn't think anything of it. I was slightly hurt, but I didn't think anything of it. Because that's Superman. You know, trying to build her up. That's what he does. Now fast forward to when he finally showed up. You know, past his first appearance, which was, to me, perfect. Almost. Christopher Reeve-like, almost. But the one after that, you start seeing something. Every time he shows up, there's a catch. I get it, it's her show, it centers around Supergirl. That's fine. But every time he shows up, he's kind of a pawn. From when he got mind controlled, and wound up fighting Supergirl, that's when I really noticed it. Because at the end of the fight, it was, I was going full power and you beat me. You're Earth's protector now. I'm like, okay, bullshit. Okay. And I actually watched reviews It's when I started watching other people's reviews and reactions to when he shows up, especially women's reactions. I love watching women's reactions to this. It's interesting. And they're like, some of them are like, oh, the dudes aren't going to like this. And it's not because I'm a dude. It's because it's a total bullshit. I get what they're trying to do, but it's bullshit, man. He's not stronger than Superman. The dude punched reality twice. He lifted infinity. He had help from Wonder Woman, but he didn't need it. Pre-crisis, he sneezed, blew up an entire galaxy. And if he did hit her full power, the fight would have been way crazier. Remember when he fought Superboy Prime or some evil Superman? Every time they connected, they got knocked into another reality. That's what would happen if he hit her full power. If he hit a regular person full power, they're a damn puddle. So I didn't buy that for a second. I'm like, no, you didn't. Now I'll take you back to the text message. I said, that's just Superman. I suppose you can argue that's him here, but no. Any fan knows that's not even half true. It's not about gender here. And that's when it really happened. Every time he showed up at the end of every episode, the last few minutes, he always says, Car, you're so much stronger than I am. Car, I couldn't do what you just did. Car, just kissing her ass. Like, there's a difference between building her up and kissing her ass. And CW likes to put her over. They have Superman put her over, which I get it, again, but every time he shows up at the same point in time in the episode. And I get to the mind control one because Superman, that's like an unsung weakness he has. He's never been strong with the mind control. Like the whole, who was it he got mind controlled or into making a porno with Big Barda, whatever. But yeah, that's like it's the third unsung weakness. Kryptonite, magic, his mind. Like that injustice started because Joker fucked with his mind. Joker killed Lois, Superman snapped. Injustice. Supergirl went through something similar. We thought Mon-El got killed. It was like, I could never do that. I said, I get that. But Superman couldn't. I get that. As a big fan, I get it. But on the other hand, come on. Like every time. And when he was finally a part of the crossover, I was super excited. And I thought it was awesome in it. Even the evil Superman, who looked kind of like Injustice Superman. Or Superman when he came back from being killed. When he had the black suit and the mullet, the silver ass, yeah. That's another thing. I don't know how strong he's supposed to be in this world. But if Rain showed up, I'm guessing Doomsday already showed up. Superman already died and came back. So he's not really a young Superman anymore. He's pretty damn powerful. So I just don't really buy what he said. He hit her full power. Or is he so much stronger than he is? In some ways, yes, he is stronger. That's a fact. Women are stronger than us. They're smarter than us. That's a fact, man. But in other ways, she's not stronger than Superman. And it's starting to bug a lot of fans. Now, it didn't really bug me until this recent crossover. Except for the few times where I referenced earlier, but like, this time I'm watching, it's like, Superman basically walked away. And I know I mentioned Birds of Prey, another CW superhero show that never got a chance, where Batman just said, fuck Gotham and left. Like, there's a scene of him just leaving Gotham, fighting Joker and Harley, and he just leaves. I thought that was funny. I thought it was funny again in the CW verse where Batwoman is. Which it was like, oh, he just up and left. I laughed my ass off. And I get the argument there, but Superman just walked away from Earth. He said, Earth doesn't need me because they have you. There's a difference. We don't know why Batman left either time. Nobody knows really anything about Batman. Superman would never say that. Okay? Ever. I mean, it sounds like him, yes, but think about that. His home, away from Krypton. Whatever version is reading, if Krypton's still there or destroyed, Earth is his other home. He would never leave it. No. I get what they're doing. It's in the comics. Mary Lois have a kid. Just don't Superman Returns. That was boring. But since they're doing Crisis, Brendan Routh is CW. There's one more Superman for you. Dual role, anyway. But yeah, and it had him say that, like, and that pissed a lot of fans off, which I get. I didn't like it either. And he left. He's gonna be gone for a while. Earth didn't need him. I get it. It kind of sounds like it, but I just don't see him doing it. I know people argue, well, Batman never leaves Gotham. Today, Batman leaves Gotham. Birds of Flower Matter, something stupid like I get that. And maybe I'm a hint biased towards Superman. Maybe. But I don't like that, There are complaints of Superman getting his ass whipped all the time in the CW verse. That one I don't agree with, because if you've seen Superman in anything, Red Superman, you would know he's invulnerable. And he uses that. That's why he gets his ass whipped, okay? To make sure people don't get hurt, okay? Not like in Man of Steel. That wasn't Superman. It looked nice, but that wasn't Superman on that screen. You would never do that. Superman would take an ass whipping like Vince McMahon would. He's like Vince McMahon, but without the God complex. Basically, and also, you know what I'm trying to say for the rest of the fan. Because Vince McMahon take an ass whooping if it's best for business, which means if that means money. Even now in the 70s, he'll probably take an ass whooping if it means he'll make some money off it. Superman would gladly take an ass whooping if it means saving a bunch of people, taking the fight elsewhere. Duh. That's my theory. And the whole Dark Knight Returns nonsense. Because people were really upset with Supergirl, him putting over Supergirl. But in Dark Knight Returns, people are like, oh yeah, Batman could be No. Superman was being Superman, and he let him win. With his, what he do in the comics, he stabbed him with kryptonite like a punk ass. No. He let him do that. He let him beat him. In the animated movie, it was kryptonite spray. He let that happen. In the pathetic movie we got a few years ago, live action, the kryptonite spear, well, that was just dumb. Just dumb. I can't justify that. But you know what I'm trying to say here. He will let that happen to him if it means saving a bunch of people. I've said it a lot. I'm trying to get my point across. People are not getting that. Okay? But I do agree. They're not treating him properly. Because if not for Superman, there wouldn't be a CW verse. There wouldn't be an MCU, Power Rangers, or none of that. He started all this. It's like that song by the NWA, which Ice Cube would write a line nodding to it the next Friday. It was like, I started gangster rap, but this the motherfucking things I get. The same thing here. Superman started all this. And this is the motherfucking things he gets. And again, I'm not really mad like everybody else. But I see what they're saying, and it does kind of bug me. Because I believe there's a grander picture somewhere. Just like I believe in season 1. He'll show up, so I'll sit through this. And he showed up. He's being treated kind of like shit right now. There are rumors of a Superman series. I would like that to happen. I don't care if it's Tyler Hoechlin or if Dean Cain and Terry Hatcher actually managed to get it to come back like they're trying to get it to come back. So either way, in Crisis, that's the perfect place for Lois and Clark from the 90s. It could be Earth, 92, 93. For them to come back, that's the perfect place. Anyway. But I could do without him dropping the back Supergirl every time he shows up. There was a rumor that he was going to job to Arrow. If he had done that, I'd have quit. Right then and there. I don't care how good it was. How good the crossover was. No. Arrow lucked out one time in the comics and beat Batman. A guy that beat Superman. No. Superman is top dog. Whether you love him or you hate him, He is the top dog. Okay? And him being treated like this is just not fair. Just like The Dark Knight Returns was written because Frank Miller does not like Superman. That's why that was like it is. This is fact. I don't know if it's the same thing going on here, but yeah. And Supergirl, I noticed, is kind of sort of a little hint, maybe anti-strong male, because they got Manhunter there, the Martian Manhunter. I love the Manhunter. And he's always crying, I can't do this without you, Supergirl. Like, you're like Superman level strong almost. What are you talking about? But okay, sure. Anyway, that's my 2 cents on all this. Okay? I think there's a grander picture. So I'm not angry about it. I'm a little bugged by it, yeah? I ain't mad though. Because it's gotta lead to something, right? Plus, it could always be worse. It could be Smallville. Yeah.